What's going on, guys? United Gaming back, another MLB The Show 21 video, and in today's video, all of the run it back players just got released, and they are insane. We're going to be throwing them on screen in a minute, but first, I would like to thank you for the support in the last video. You guys absolutely knocked it out of the park. I hope we get this very successful video again. Now, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be going over all the cards, and I'm going to be giving in-game comparisons as of cards that are similar that are already in the game right now. But if you don't mind hitting the like button and subscribing, helps out a lot. I'd greatly appreciate it. So anyway, run it back. Now, we made a whole video on how it works, how it is, how it beads. Now, that made no sense, but nonetheless, I said it anyway. We're gonna throw the image on the screen now. The run it back choice pack. That's a typo. Run it back choice pack. We're just going to move on from that. Anyway, point being, the headliner, or the main part of this, looks like to be a 99 Don Mattingly. Then we got 98 Edwin Encarnacion second half Heroes cards. By the way, we need second half Heroes cards. I'm very glad there's a good amount in this. So if I take the image off the screen real quick, we go to second half Heroes. I have a lot of second half Heroes cards. Now, there is obviously some I'm missing, and I still need 4 more in like 20k, 100k, 100k. Not a lot of these guys are expensive, so I'm glad we're getting 3 free ones, 3 free run it back cards, which is incredible. Thank you, MLB The Show, for that. Appreciate it. Anyway, moving on, we got Future Stars Keibert Ruiz, we got Future Stars Nolan Gorman, and Future Stars Tarek Skubal. I know I said at least one of those wrong. We got Awards Gold Glove Jason Hayward and Awards Gold Glove of Andrelton Simmons. We got Milestone Houston Street, second half Heroes Luis Severino, Prime Steve Cishek, and second half Heroes Eugenio Suarez. Now, I have comparisons for all of these cards, and I'm glad to say I was spot on when I said this. I said these are going to be dump cards to help out with the collections. These are dump cards to help out with the collections. This is exactly what I expected it to be. I was right. Now, we have comparisons, going to be going over all those. So, starting things off, we have Don Mattingly. Let's just go into this mess of a team I made. Starting things off, I think he's a combination of 2 guys. It's George Brett, I think, is going to be more like his hitting numbers. Maybe the contact versus lefty is probably going to be up a little bit higher. But the righty stats are honestly spot on. The lefty power might be a little bit lower. But these are the hitting stats I expect from Don Mattingly card. And then if you go to John OLERUD for the fielding and maybe the power versus lefties and the speed, that's where you're going to see the combination of what a Signature Series Don Mattingly will look like. Those 2 cards, combine them, and you are going to get Signature Series Don Mattingly. Not a great card, but it's definitely a solid card. You know, it's a dump card like most of these guys are going to be. Now, moving on, we have another first baseman. Miguel Cabrera is going to be compared to second half Heroes from 2015 Edwin Encarnacion. Hitting numbers will be off the charts. I think the power versus lefty is going to be a little higher than Cabrera's is, but the fielding is going to be lower. The lefty power is going to be up more, and the fielding is going to be way lower. He's going to have terrible fielding. The speed isn't going to be great, but the hitting is going to be incredible. I'm so glad we're seeing a high Edwin Encarnacion card, because he can absolutely crush baseballs into outer space. That card is going to be an absolute menace. Can't wait to try him out. Miguel Cabrera and Edwin Encarnacion, very similar in my opinion. Now, moving on. Keibert Ruiz, switch hitting catcher. Adley Rutschman, switch hitting Future Stars catcher. You're seeing my similarities here. I think they're going to be very similar cards. Now, 2 things. I think the power is going to be lower with Keibert. Maybe the contact a little bit too. But also the big thing, the fielding is going to be lower. Adley has great fielding. Keibert has good fielding, don't get me wrong. But it's going to definitely be down a lot more from what Adley's would be. And that's why he's 2 overall points lower. The power is going to be lower and the fielding is going to be lower. But besides that, I think Adley and Keibert are 2 great comparisons. Now, it's a little hard for me to do Future Stars cards, especially when Keibert has never gotten one, so I don't know what to kind of expect, and I'm not going into a deep dive of what kind of player he is, because that's a big waste of my time. Now, anyway, I think these are 2 pretty good comparisons. If you're a Nationals fan and you've been watching Keibert and have a good opinion on him, please let me know and tell me I'm wrong. Do it. Come on, tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Let's go. Come on, do it. Anyway, moving on, we got Nolan Gorman. He got a Future Stars last year, was only a 94 94 or 95, I believe. This one's up to a 97, and so will the stats be up. I feel like this is going to be basically what his card is. This 98 team affinity RAFAEL Devers. The power versus righties and the righty stats are just going to be off the charts. Lefty stats, not so much. Going to have a great swing. Fielding's going to be mediocre, and he's going to have mediocre speed. He's going to crush righties. That's what Nolan Gorman's going to do. That's what his card was last year. Now, I'm just noticing on his card, it says second base. So, maybe it's a little different. I don't know. I'm just going off kind of last year and kind of boosting it a little bit. And his last year card boosted is this RAFAEL Devers card. So we're going with that. I think it's a pretty solid comparison nonetheless. Now, going to our first pitcher, it is going to be David Price and Tarek Skubal. I think the pitch mix is really what enticed me into this. Hits per 9, going to be up. But really, I think the pitch mixes between these two cards are going to be very similar. Now, I'm not going into a ton of research. I don't know what pitches he really throws. But this seems like what I've kind of seen. And we'll check out his live series real quick, because I'm a little bit lazy. I probably could have just checked his live series. That probably would have been not that difficult. Where do we go? We got Tigers right here. Tarek Skubal. Here he is. Boom. Four-seamer, changeup, slider, curveball, cutter. All right, pretty similar enough. Good enough. Anyway, good enough. I was pretty close. Hits per 9 is going to be up, but basically, he's going to be like a 97 overall, probably like 100 hits per 9 on the dot, probably. It ain't going to be a bad card. It ain't going to be a bad card at all. I ain't going to lie. It's going to be a nice little future stars type card. Now, moving on, I got nothing else to say about that. I'm lost track. Next, we have Jason Hayward, 95 overall gold glove card. It's going to be very similar to Duke Snider. Lefty stats are going to be worse. All hitting stats are probably going to be worse. The fielding is going to be better. Speed is about the same, but the fielding is going to be up a ton, and the hitting stats are going to be down a ton. He's not going to be a great hitting card. He'll be pretty good against righties, but not good at all against lefties. And he will have really good fielding out there in right field. Not a whole lot to say about Jason Hayward. Next, moving on, we got Andrelton Simmons. My comparison is Robert Puason. It's going to be a contact card with about no power. Great fielding, and the speed is going to be down a lot. It's going to be more like 50 speed, but the defense is going to be like 99 everything. It's like going to be all 99s on the defensive side of things, and the hitting is basically spot on. The only thing that's not really spot on is the speed. The speed is going to be down like 60, but I do think Robert Puason was a great comparison to what we can see out of Andrelton Simmons card. Now, moving into the next card, we got Houston Street. I don't know if it's Houston. Anyway, I've been hearing some things that he's going to have great hits per 9. Judging off MLB The Show's pass, I don't think that's going to happen. But if we went and take a look actually at his card, which is a Twins card, his other card, I think it's a Twins card. I don't think, actually, no, it's just Joe Nathan. It's like a Giants or something. I don't even remember. I think it was a Padres, I want to say. No, that was, it is. He is going to have great hits per 9. The people weren't kidding. Houston Street going to have 124. Has 124 hits per 9 on this card. This card came out in like April. This was like the first or second player program. This card is really early. So, anyway, talking about the actual card himself, great hits per 9. Hits per 9 is not going to be great. Not going to be a great card. Hits per 9 is going to be insane. He's going to be kind of like a control freak. He's not going to throw that hard. I don't have much to say. I didn't really watch him play at all. So, hits per 9 is going to be good. That's all I really got to comment about this. Houston Street. Boom. There you go. All right, moving on. Final pitcher. That's a complete lie. Our next guy's a pitcher. Luis Severino, second half Heroes card. Now, my comparison is this Jordan Balazovic. I said that wrong 100%. Pitch mix is going to be the exact same. I think the stats are going to be the exact same. This is basically going to be a copy card. The velo is probably going to be up a little bit for the fastball, going to be closer to 98, 99. But besides that, it's going to be basically this exact same card. It's a 91 second half Heroes. This is a 92 Future Stars. It's going to be the same exact thing. And we're not going to talk too much about Steve Cishek Prime card because there's already an underhanding sinker baller Prime card in the game, and that would be the It's Darren O'Day. It's basically going to be another copy card. But if we take a look at his other, CFC Check's other card, which I'm currently in possession of, I think I am. Here it is. This card, basically, it's very similar to Windup. They're probably going to give him a splitter, because it is in his Marlins uniform in the Prime card, and this is also in a Marlins, so he's probably going to get a splitter. But besides that, he's basically going to be the same as Darren O'Day. So, Darren O'Day Part 2, let's go, woo! Next, we have more cards I would have liked to see early on in the year, kind of like huge power guys, but nonetheless, Eugenio Suarez, second half Heroes, 2019, same thing as his Jorge Soler, which I'm going to be comparing him to. Now, the power's going to be down a little bit, because keep in mind, this card is parallel 4, so all stats are up by 4. I do think the contact's going to be a little lower, I think the power's going to be lower, but basically, it's going to be the exact same card. A little lower speed. Defense is going to be kind of garbage, because if we take a look at his live series, which keep in mind really isn't that good of a card, I ain't gonna lie. Where is his live series? Here it is. He's declined a lot. Great power, not great contact, terrible fielding, about mediocre speed. He's probably going to actually get the same amount of speed. I was completely wrong. So, great power, whatever, contact, and it's basically going to be a Jorge Soler copy. So, well, the point I'm trying to make here is I just feel like we should get some comparisons, because there are some comparisons, and so you know what to expect. Now, these cards are not the greatest at this point of the year. Like I said, it's basically a dump for content, but I mean, it's what we got. I ain't complaining at all. Free cards for Kershaw and Mookie or Mariano, whoever you're going for. And if you don't like it, it's unlimited stubs. I'll make a whole nother video about stub methods with that. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video and find it helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm Young Gaming. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Thank you so much for watching.